Good, everyone. I hope you guys have an amazing day. So today I'll be starting a new series on Lightning Web Component, or you can also call it as LWC, right? So, so I just wanted to talk about the things I wanted to cover and and the stuff you're gonna learn from it, right? The first of all, the first thing first, right? Um, if you're new to LWC, right, I will cover from the beginning, so you don't have to worry about thinking, hey, I never did LWC before, so whether I'll be able to build on LWC. So the answer to that question is, if you're a beginner, this course will help you. The only thing I would encourage you guys to go and learn JavaScript, right? I did a course on JavaScript, like a 3 to 4 episode, uh, just to give you an idea about a few things, the latest ECMAScript standards, what is an arrow function, kind of stuff, right? So it's important you guys should go and check that out first if this is your first time you're doing JavaScript. So I really believe that without JavaScript knowledge, you cannot really build LWC component. So I won't be covering JavaScript in this episode. If you are someone who never did JavaScript before or HTML before, then I would encourage you to go to, say, let's say, um, so learn HTML, right? If you've never done HTML before, if you're a functional consultant who wants to do LWC programming, that's great. Nothing wrong with that. You can go to w3school.com. This is a pretty simple um, uh, not simple, right? This is a place which explains everything in a simple way, right? You have HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You can learn from here. It will take you maybe a few hours, depending upon your level of understanding and how confident you feel as you proceed along with each exercise, right? And the same goes with the CSS, right? Um, I mean, what I would suggest, right? Um, Start with the basic stuff, right? Okay, this is HTML tutorial, right? Start with the basics, right? So do everything to do with the HTML here. Then when it comes to CSS, right? Do the basic. You can do the foundation a little bit later so that you have some basic understanding. So explains a lot of things here, right? Async, DOM, Ajax. You don't have to worry about Ajax now. Browser stuff, right? HTML DOM. So if you find it difficult, right, you should go to my channel. Then I explained like 4 videos. I'll put the link in the description or at the I button at the top, right? Click there, you will get information. So once that's done, right, you're good to start with LWC. Okay. Now, what is LWC, right? That's the first question you must be asking, right? So before LWC, we used to have an Aura programming framework. Now, LWC is a kind of a new, not really new though. I mean, it's been um, in the market for past few years, but according to Salesforce, is a new programming model to develop Salesforce Lightning components. It's like an user interface framework, right? Which is built using HTML and JavaScript. It supports the latest version of the um, ECMAScript, right? So it leverages templates, modules, Shadow DOM, right? So if you think, oh, this guy is talking to, uh, Greek and Latin, so don't worry about it. I'll explain to you as we proceed along, right? So, so that's in a nutshell, right? Why do we need to do LWC? Because if you look at the Salesforce platform, right, we don't use Visualforce anymore, right? So we don't use um, Classic anymore. So that means we don't use Visualforce. Everything is built on Lightning now, right? So Lightning component is very easy to do. It's your modular. Like if you're someone who's been building stuff in React JS, right, you'll find it quite easy to work with LWC, right? It's for the people who are experienced JavaScript developers or Angular developers or React.js or Vue.js developers, right? You will find a little bit easier when you start to do work with LWC, right? There are certain uh, JavaScript functions which is quite limited to Salesforce, right? So that's something I will cover. So when you create a today just a theory, right? So I'll just show you hands-on in the next episode how to create a first LWC code, how to write a first piece of a JavaScript code, what does import mean, kind of stuff, right? So when you create a LWC component, right? Often get three files get created. One is your HTML file, which is like your template file, which where you do all your UI stuff, right? And then your JavaScript file, where you write your logic to fetch the data, display the data, kind of stuff. Then you have a meta.xml file, which is your config file. Uh, you tell. Um, Let me say if I can open. I don't know if I have any LWC, old LWC. So let me see if I got any old LWC. I know this is not a Salesforce project. I'm not sure if I have any Salesforce project here. I got different project. I got React project. I got um. I to be honest, I'm not sure. Hmm, Let me see. If not, then that's fine. I just wanted to see if I got something here. If not, that's fine. No, not this one. I'm just going back to the same one. Development. Let me open it. Okay, so come on. All right, it's kind of phrase. Yeah, never mind. Uh, next time. Don't worry about it. So what I was trying to say, right? We got uh, I want to make sure foundation, what's a wire means, how to fetch the data, how to push the data, how to, call an API, that kind of stuff, right? The pretty basic stuff. And then few, UI stuff. We're going to talk about it. So that, I can cover different uh, types of people, right? Not only tech consultants or architects or developers, but at the same time, I can also cover information for business analysts who wanted to do. I build a quick product, right, or functional who wanted to say build a tiny LWC so they can use with their flows. So that's the main reason why I wanted to do this course, right? I just don't want to build a course for the sake of it, right? It makes no sense, people, right? Who we're going to talk about different things as we go along, right? So, and we're going to talk about secure code, what it means to write a better code, and what it means to have a code smell. and how will you recognize a code smell in your LWC code, and what are you going to do about it when you recognize it, that kind of stuff, right? And can you use Aura with LWC or LWC with Aura? Yes, you can, right? You can obviously build an LWC, you can build an Aura container and put the LWC component there. So a lot of things you can do, right? So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about in today's episode. This is just an introduction, guys, right? I'm not going to do any hands-on, as I already mentioned, right? And like I said, there are prerequisites to it: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. If you have never worked with any of this technology, I will highly encourage you to go and study, right? Especially this site. I'll put the link in the description, all right? It's easy for you to go and practice here, because you can do, like, for instance, JavaScript, right? You can read about what JavaScript is about, and you know, and you can do exercise, start the exercise, kind of cool stuff you can do, right? Lots of hands-on you can do. Or if you're someone who don't like to study by reading, you can always watch my video, right? So that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing Monday. Adios. Cheers.